Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, projections means here it is again orthographic projections. That is, you are placing the object in such a way that it is before a plane, and the views you are seeing in are in such a way that you get the exact dimensions. That is, the imaginary rays or the views that of an object that you are seeing will be represented as it is with respect to true shape or true length, as you did in projections of lines. And similarly, we are seeing what next will happen if you continue a line to make it a better object. So all these days we just saw a point, we represented a point in and or the basic principles of orthographic projections. We saw projections of points, we solved the problems in projections of points, and then we learned lines. So how a point can be in first quadrant we have seen, and front view, top view, you have seen a dash a, and the same point representation and in lines, that is endpoint representation in lines, that is which was given as ab, was seen, or pq, whatever names it was. So here only one dimension is there. Next we will move on to two-dimensional objects, that is the objects which have got at least two dimensions and a definite area. For example, there is a one line here. I will you can I make an object using this particular line? Can I make an object using this particular line? Or how many lines minimum I need to make it as an object? If I use two lines, can it be made as an object? If I use two lines, can I make it as an object?
No, sir.
If I use three lines, can I make it as an object?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is a simple
Three line.
triangle. I can make it as a triangle, as an object which has got a two dimensions and a definite area. Are you able to get it? I'll name it A,
Yes, sir.
B, and C. I'll just name it as A, B, and C. Can we continue further? That is, can I make one more object including one more line? That is, using four lines, can I make an object?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
A simple square I can make, and similarly I can make a rectangle, right, and name it as ABCD. And name it as ABCD. Any name you can give, PQRS or ABCD. However you give the name, you can assume. But whenever you're making it to project itself, drawing its projections, then there will be an issue. You need to appropriately name it as it is. So A, B, C, D, I have named it in a proper way, that is in a continuous way. A, B, C, D, you can name it, or A, B, C, D, you can name it. You cannot name A here and B here and C here and D here, but it should be a continuous naming and represented. So anything further? See, where are these planes? I have made it as a plane surface. Now, where are these planes? These planes are inside. See, point was inside this line, this particular line. That is, a set of points was called as a line. Next, this line is inside this plane surfaces. It can be like this, it can be horizontal, it can be an imaginary diagonal also. It can be an imaginary diagonal of a square or of this rectangle also. That is also a particular line. And this line is here, and even this line AD is also a line, BC is also a line, AB is also a line. Got it? Joining all these lines, you got a plane figure. So what is next? Using these plane figures, you make it as a solid. That is next chapter what we'll be studying. Imagine a simple cube. It is made up of 6 square surfaces like this. Similarly, we'll see about different objects, different type of solids in the next chapters. By joining what type of plane surfaces, you get a different type of solids. Got it? So here, basically, we have got a triangle, a square, and a rectangle. Similarly, what we are learning here is these plane surfaces, representing these plane surfaces in simple first quadrant. How all these planes can be in first quadrant. Got it? You are supposed to represent for this. Represent this in with respect to some indications, and conditions will be given to you. According to that, you are supposed to mention these, draw this drawing of the plane surfaces given to you in first quadrant. How and all it can be placed, and how and all it can be positioned. All those things will be seeing to it. So this representation of a triangle, square, and a rectangle can be represented. Similarly, you got a circular plane also, and you will be seeing how well it can stand on horizontal plane or vertical plane and project it. A circular plane surface, and similarly regular polygons. It is a pentagon and a hexagon. Got it? What is regular polygon? This interior angles will be equal. Got it? Always it will be 108 degrees in pentagon, and similarly 60 degree in a hexagon. Got it? So these type of different type of objects of a plane surface you are going to represent in this particular chapter. Similarly, a triangle and different type of triangle. Rectangle, square, and different type of triangles like isosceles triangle, equilateral triangle. Anything can be given to you, and it will be asked to represent the conditions. So what are the conditions on which these plane surfaces can stand, and what is the condition of this plane surface is very, very important. What do you mean by plane and a surface is very, very important. See, it has got a definite area and a 2-dimension, and very important, it has got the thickness of all the objects that you are assuming in this particular chapter is negligible. I am assuming 2 objects here. I hope you can see clearly. What are these 2 objects?
Square and a triangle.
Square and a triangle. See, and I have made some borders here. So just to identify what it as an object, that's all. I can give some name here, capital A, capital B, capital C, capital D, and I can place this in first quadrant. So I need some conditions to place this square in this particular quadrant. What are those conditions? This square has got some elements. What are those elements? First, we have to know what are those elements. Similarly, these triangular plane surfaces are also consist of some elements, basic elements, which are very, very important, which will not be asked in the examination as a definition or anything like that. It will be included in the problem. So what are those things? So very simple representation I'm going to see here, make it here. If this is a square and I'll name it as A, B, C, and D in capital letter, very important condition to you will be given is See, this side, what you are seeing, there are 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 sides are simply called as edge or sides. That means your condition may be given like the square may rest on HP on one of its sides AB. I'll name it as simply A, B, C, and D, something like this. I may give the statement like it is resting on one of its edges AB like this. Or what may be the other condition? It may rest on one of its corners A, B, C, and D. Got it? The same square lamina or a plane surface can rest on one of its corners like this. See, I'm making it some inclination to the lamina or the plane, and I am making it to rest on one of its corners, or it can rest on one of its edges. So like this, conditions may be given with respect to corner or an edge. Same way it may happen in pentagonal lamina or hexagonal lamina or any other laminas except circle, that it may rest on one of its edges or a particular corner. It may rest on one of its corners like this. Say on HP it may rest like this, or it may rest on one of its edges like this. Or any edge that is given to you with respect to the conditions of an object that you are using it to. And the same surfaces which has got plane surfaces of these conditions are also called as lamina. The negligible thickness and which has got a definite area, the same plane surfaces are also called as lamina. If I mean to say a lamina of what a equilateral triangle is resting on HP, something like this, and it is represented as it is, means it is understood that it is a plane surface, and you are going to use that particular plane surface and represent it. Are you able to get it? Any doubts here? Are you guys following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, same way it can be a square can be there, or there can be a rectangular lamina. I'm assuming a rectangular lamina. Okay, it is now lying on the floor. It is now lying on the floor. Okay, on HP. In other terms, let us talk in terms of orthographic projection. That is, it is lying on HP. It cannot lie somewhere like this. It cannot lie somewhere like this. So usually what we mean to say is here with respect to this identification, where can I see this exact dimensions as a square? If I give it as it has a small and 20 and 30 mm, I'll imagine this is 20 and this is 30, or 40 and 50, any condition like this. And how can I represent it on my 2D sheet? I have to make it parallel to horizontal plane. Yes or no? However it may be resting, I have to make it parallel to horizontal plane and represent its view. Then only if I make it parallel, any plane of projection, if I make it parallel to the plane of projection, that is, for example, this square plane is parallel to HP. This rectangular plane is parallel to horizontal plane. Then only I can draw its top view here and name it as, and draw in correct dimensions. So very important thing is correct dimensions. In other term, we call it as true length in projections of lines, where only one line was included. Now many lines are included, minimum at least 3, 4 like this, or 5 or 6. So it will be, the object will be in its true shape. The object will be in its true shape when it is parallel to any plane of projection. I have to make it parallel and then see how it looks. I have to make it parallel purposely and see how the object will look. For example, this is a rectangular lamina. I'll assume that this is a rectangular lamina ABCD, I am making it to rest on one of its edges, AB. I am making it to rest on HB, something like this. So I'll give some inclination to the surface. I'll give some inclination to this whole lamina. So how does it look in the top view? How does it look in the top view? Can you see the true shape? Can you see this true shape when the lamina
Oh,
is
sir.
inclined at 20 degree or 30 degree?
No, sir.
How does
No.
it look? It will be foreshortened.
Right angle triangle.
Right angle triangle. Are you sure? See, very simple. I'm making you to see it. This is exact dimensions 20 and 30. I'm making this whole lamina to rest on one of its edges like this AB and giving it some inclination 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree or 60 degree, something like this. Now, if I see this from top, how does it look? Just tell me. Will it be seen as a rectangle as it is? Of the same dimension?
No, sir.
No, sir.
It will not be seen. It will be foreshortened. In simple terms, it will be foreshortened. At one particular point, it may be a square also. See, as you are seeing, see, this is rectangle. It is clearly seen, right? At one point, see, I'm moving it in such a way that at one point, it is at some position, at some angle, I don't know, it is seen as a square. So it is very important how well you are providing these conditions, how you are making the object to rest on horizontal plane or vertical plane or anywhere it is, and giving it some inclinations. Got it? So when you say negligible thickness, that is, it has got no thickness at all, but when we are representing, I have to make sure that it has got some thickness and mention it. Got it? So what do you mean by negligible thickness? Well, this is the top view. What will be the front view of this object? Can anyone assume what will be the front view of this object?
Line.
It will be a line. Very good.
Line.
It is just a line because it has got negligible thickness. I'm going to just see it like this. It has got a negligible thickness, means the object is just a line. Are you able to get it? The object will be seen just as a line in the front view. Whatever the object you take, rectangle you take, it is just a line in the front view, or in the front view as my assumption in the previous problem. It may be in the top view also, however you assume. If you take a triangular lamina, keep it like this, you see it is just a line because it does not have any thickness at all, because these plane surfaces will be included in a solid. What will be solving in the next chapter. These, for example, this is a solid figure. This is a solid figure, yes or no? I will assume that this is a solid figure. Top there is a rectangular plane. Bottom there is a rectangular plane, and here vertical surfaces are also 4 rectangles of different sizes. Are you able to get it? This has become a simple prism of a rectangular based prism. Bottom top it is a rectangle. Bottom top it is a rectangle, and it has become a solid because of combination of plane surfaces. Are you able to get it? Plane surfaces, you are identifying and representing it here, but where will it be used? It will be inside a solid. It will be in the solid. See, top surface is a rectangle, bottom surface is a rectangle, and this has become a prism. Are you able to get it? This has become a prism. One more simple example you can see here. This is a simple prism, a rectangle at the top. To consider it is as a glass object and it is transparent. Topmost surface is rectangle and bottommost surface is rectangle, and here also all 4 sides are also rectangle, totally 6 sides. Are you able to get it? This has become a simple solid, and how the solid came, I can place the solid like this perpendicular to HP like this, and you can see the object how it looks. See here, it looks like this. This line what you are seeing is complete this plane, right? Are you able to understand? This whole rectangle is just seen as a line in the top view for this solid. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the same way we are continuing with planes, because in planes, as this object has got an area, true shape can be drawn when it is parallel to horizontal plane, and in the other plane, true shape can be drawn in VP also, in HP also. On the other plane, it is just seen as a line. Able to get it? It is just seen as a line. Very, very important. I'm going to share. Okay. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Very, very important. Just see here. When a square plane or a square lamina is parallel to vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane, perpendicular to horizontal plane and parallel to vertical plane, you are seeing the object and representing its front view. How does the front view look? The object name is ABCD. Capital letter ABCD is the object's name. When I see its projection on vertical plane, that is by the principles of orthographic projection, that is these planes. See these lines. Are you seeing these lines? These imaginary lines are hitting this plane of projection, vertical plane, perpendicularly, that is at 90 degree, where you get the orthographic projection. Got it? The front view is seen here. Capital A is the object corner name, and I'm giving it A dash. Got it? Similarly, capital D is the corner name, and that is D dash. AD represents a straight line which is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP, and that is A dash D dash is joined. You get one edge. Similarly, AB is represented, A dash B dash is identified here, and this edge is also represented. Similarly, BC is identified. BC is identified, B dash C dash is identified as a front view, this edge, and C dash D dash edge is seen, and this front view completely we are joining A dash B dash to C dash to D dash, and D dash to A dash, and get a front view here. Are you able to get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The same, I'll see this same, I'll see the object from top. So what will happen in the top view? When I see this from top, the object A, B, C, D was a square lamina. When I see this from top, I will be able to see only this line, only a line, which the line thickness we are representing on a 2D paper, that is the drawing sheet, to say that that is the top view. But the object does not have any thickness. It has got a negligible thickness. Only to identify and say that it is the object we are representing it as a dark line and saying the front view and top view. Got it? And very, very important, naming. When you see the object, and you need to see directly, will be following with the 2D drawing as you are seeing on the right. When you're seeing this object from the top, first I am seeing A, second I am seeing D, endpoint. This endpoint or the corner, I'll now onwards we'll talk about corner and edge. In this edge AD, A is first seen and then D is seen second. That is, D is hidden from A. That is why I'll represent D in the brackets. Are you able to get it? And in the top view, as we are representing without dashes, it will be represented without dashes and in small letter. Very, very important. It will be in small letters. A of D means D is not seen. It is a object that is hidden from A. Or in simple terms, A is first seen and D is seen second. Are you able to get it? In the edge BC, B is first seen and then C is seen second. So C you are writing in brackets and B you are writing outside the brackets. Got it? C can be written brackets and B can be written on the right hand side also, no issues. But what will be in the brackets is very, very important. Annotations, you have got marks for annotations. Are you able to get it? Very, very important. This ABCD should run in your mind and how it is placed, etc., etc. It is not resting on HP. It is just at some distance in front of VP and above HP. Any distance, if it is front view and top view, remains same. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Please inform me if I am fast or if you are not following, because this is very, very elemental and we have to solve the problems as it is. So yeah, whatever distance this object is placed, that is this edge DC, if I keep it 10 mm above HP or 20 mm above HP, this object front view remains same. So this above HP in front of VP is at some places it is not used. Got it? Now, because whatever wherever this object is important and wherever you place the object, whether it is 10 mm or 100 mm, object remains same. The views will remain same. Got it? When you represent it like this, it is represented, it is understood as the front view and top view. How do you say that it is front view? You are representing XY line and representing dash, A dash, B dash, C dash, and D dash. So it is obviously this is vertical plane, and on horizontal plane you are representing the object and naming the object without dash. It is HP. On horizontal plane you are representing the views. I hope you got it. We'll continue the next condition. We are not drawing all these things directly. We'll move on to the simple problems. Next, a plane is perpendicular to VP. See, it is perpendicular to VP and parallel to horizontal plane. I'll assume a simple square and it is at some distance above HP and in front of VP. And I can see its front view, and I can the object name is ABCD, capital A, capital B, capital C, capital D. ABCD, are the four edges, ABCD are the four corners. In these, when you see the object, I'll see the front view as just a line. This front view is just a line because of negligible thickness. When you see this from top, I can represent its true shape. Isn't it in true shape?
Yes, sir.
It is in true shape. This is you can draw its object's true shape. If lamina is to plane of projection, whatever it may be VB or HP, you can represent its true shape only when it is parallel to any plane of projection. So ABCD is the object, and front view, first I am seeing A and then D. See, first I am seeing A and then D, so A dash of D dash. And similarly, first I am seeing B and then C, so B dash of C dash. C dash is C is the corner which is inside the which is now seen second, so we are representing it inside the brackets. Able to get it? Very, very important. You are inclining the surface of the lamina. You incline it for 360 degree. What will be the line length? 40 mm. Any angle you move it, any angle you make the inclination, the front view remains same. That means any angle you move this lamina, keeping this edge AD as fixed at one position. If you keep on rotating, what will happen? This
Only
line
top view
represents
changes.
the surface. You are inclining the lamina. That means that you are giving some inclination to the lamina with respect to HP. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
If I incline this line, that means that you are inclining the surface of this lamina. In turn, the lamina is tilted from HP. When it is tilted, can you see the true shape?
No, sir.
No, very important. That is what we are going to learn and represent. So here, for example, next condition, a plane which is inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP. You forget about perpendicular to VP, just it is inclined to HP. Assume that this rectangle A, B, C, D, or yeah, anything it is, you can assume it as a square and forget about these extra lines. If it is inclined, what will happen? You will not get the true shape. Very, very important. You will not get the true shape. This rectangle is exactly not seen at some position. It will be foreshortened. Yes or no? The object
sir.
will be foreshortened. But what will happen to this front view? My question here is, what will happen to the front view in this previous case and this case? If you incline, this front view length is same.
Yes, sir. Same.
Imagine this rectangle was horizontal in the previous was horizontal, that is to HP. Then what is the front view length? It is same.
Same, sir.
If you
Same.
incline, what will happen? Then also the line length is
Only
same.
the. Yes, sir.
That is what we are using this front view. This front view line you are using and shifting it to the new position so that the apparent shape of the objects can be represented. Got it? That is what we are going to represent it. So in the initial position for a rectangle, the front view is just a line. Top view will be a rectangle. Are you able to get it? Suppose a rectangular lamina is inclined to HP in such a way that with respect to the shorter edges, with respect to the shorter edge 20 mm, I am giving it some inclination here. Got it? So here in this position, when the surface is, we are supposed to make this surface parallel, and then this front view line is drawn. So here in this, when the surface is inclined, the front view line will also be inclined. So can you say that this front view line in red color and this front view line in red color are of same length? Will it be of same length?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
See, this is a rectangle 20 mm by 30 mm or 30 by 50, 40 by 60, whatever it is. It is resting on one of its shorter edges, whichever is the smallest one, you know it. And I'm giving it some inclination. What will be the front view? Front view will be just be a line. If I keep it parallel to HP, the front view line is as it is, like this, and this length is equal to this line.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? But what happens
Yes,
to the
sir.
top view? This top view and this top view, is it the same? Top view 1 and top
No,
view
sir.
2?
No, no, sir.
No,
No.
sir.
Top view 2 is
Not in its original shape.
it is foreshortened, right? Top view 2
Yes,
is
sir.
foreshortened.
Yes.
Here it will be in its true shape. That is what we are going to use it here. This top view is in true shape, and here it will be foreshortened. Very, very important. 30 by 20, you can represent it. But remember, this line, front view line is same, and this front view line is same. Yes or no? So when you draw
Yes, sir.
the orthographic projection, this here annotations are not proper. Just imagine that any name can be given, and the second corner that you're seeing will be inside the brackets. So this front view is just a line. If you shift the front view, what does that mean? If you shift the front view and start give some inclination to it, that means that the surface of the lamina is inclined. When surface is inclined, I'll get the apparent shape. Using the true shape, I am going to draw the apparent shape of the object. Are you able to get it? Your
Yes, sir.
problem definition will be given with respect to this apparent shape, the second view, second orthographic projection, what you are seeing. Directly, you cannot obtain this top view. Got it? So for that purpose, you are going to obtain this true shape. Using the true shape, and then you are supposed to obtain the apparent shape. Are you able to get it? Foreshortened shape cannot be directly
Yes,
drawn
sir.
You have to use the true shape and then draw it here. Able to get it? So here, like this, change in position method. This is called as change in position method. Second time it is positioned like this. Also, there will be a third view also where the same object, if it is resting on this edge AB, this edge, which is perpendicular to XY line, will be inclined at some angle. Able to get it? This edge AB, which is resting, which is on horizontal plane, it can be on horizontal plane. Here it is not, but it can be inclined at some angle 30 degree to vertical plane. Then how the apparent shape looks in the final front view, we can easily identify that three positions, 1, 2, and 3, either of the three positions. First position is the initial assumption. It is very, very important to see this, to identify this initial assumption position to draw the true shape is very, very important. This initial position, how you draw your complete problems in planes and projections of planes and solids will be depending upon. Are you able to get it? It is very, very important to know these things, and we'll continue with the conditions, how all these problems may occur, and so what you are supposed to solve, and conditions against it. So this is the basic conditions for initial representations. So the lamina may rest. The lamina may rest on horizontal plane, and we'll give some inclination so that it is inclined as such. When you give some inclination, the front view, what I am seeing here, will just be a line, and the front view, when after inclination, will what I am saying is, here I have made a rectangular lamina laying on horizontal plane. Now what will be the front view? It is lying on HP, means the front view is just seen as a line. Are you able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
It is just as a line. If I fix this one end, this edge AB, and gives this inclination, this lamina, some inclination to HP. Got it? So here what I have got, the front view line, the same line length 40 mm, 40 or 60, whatever the line length is there here. Even if I incline at any angle, 10 degree, 20 degree, 40 degree, this line length remains same. Are you able to understand this? This line length remain same. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That means the whole surface of the lamina is inclined. See, first position, I'll draw a line. Front view is just a line. In the second position, if I incline the line, that means that whole surface is inclined. Whole surface of the lamina is inclined. Now also same line length. Even if you incline also, the line length will remain same. Now in the top view, what is seen after some inclination? I'll imagine it is resting on edge AB. I'll use this one, ABCD. I have marked ABCD. It is resting on edge AB. So initially I have made a square. Front view, I got this line AD, some line 40 mm, and I'm giving it some inclination 45 degree. Okay. Now also this AD line is of the same 40 mm. Yes or no? But what
Yes,
happens
sir.
to the top view?
It
What happens to
changes.
the top view? It will be foreshortened. Yes or no? The top view will be
Yes, sir.
foreshortened. So now in this condition, we will solve one simple problem in projections of plane surfaces. Got it? Always from now onwards, for the next two chapters, that is projections of plane surfaces and projections of solids, please use your book in landscape style, that is in this style. Don't draw it in regular fashion. Okay, write down the first problem. I hope it is visible. A square lamina A square lamina of 40 mm sides is resting on HP on one of its sides such that the surface of the lamina makes 45 degree to HP. Such that the surface of the lamina makes 45 degree to HP. So in exam, it may be given sides or edge. I'm slightly writing here as edge. Next, it may be a corner. It may rest on corner or something like that. Initially, we'll start like this. Finished?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Very important. First and foremost thing, we are representing in first quadrant. We are representing in first quadrant. Everything we are assuming in first quadrant. I'll assume a square lamina. We see very simple. We are starting with a square lamina. A lamina will have a negligible thickness, but 2 dimensions. Square, it is given 40 mm. This side is 40 mm. That is 4 boxes and 4 boxes here on the sketchbook. If you are representing, imagine this is 40 and 40 sides. Word by word, you are supposed to read from now onwards, because each and every word has got some meaning, and you have to implement the same here in the sketchbook. Very, very important. The square lamina of 40 mm sides is resting. See, very important. Resting means it is lying on horizontal plane, something like this, resting on HP on one of its sides or edge. You are supposed to underline this side, resting on side, and write it here, resting on side. Why, I'll tell you, because after solving the corner and other condition problems. Resting on side means left hand side I need to get a side, because we are using this change in position method and shifting the problems towards our right. 1, 2, 3, 3 steps like this. Initially I have given the statement for 2 steps, so let us learn 2 steps and then go to the third step later. So first step is like this. AB, it is any edge it can lie. AD also it can lie on AB, also it can lie BC also, but it is not resting on a corner. Are you able to understand this? It is not lying
Yes,
on
sir.
a corner, so it is resting on an edge. Means left hand side I'll keep my edge. Left hand side I'll keep my edge, and it is resting on edge means till here the problem is over. It is resting like this means till here problem is over, such that the surface of the lamina makes 45 degree to HP. See, I don't know this inclination, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, but they're given that now it is, you have to incline it in such a way that this angle, how much it is formed, it is 45 degree. Now draw the projections. Are you able to get it? So this is the condition. You imagine in the, I'm just holding this lamina just below the camera. When in this condition, what can you see? The top view, will it be a square?
No, sir.
Top view will not be a square, it will be foreshortened. So in this position, whatever front view is there, in this position, whatever front view I have got like this line, what I have got, or any line that is seen in the front view is equal to, when I keep it horizontal also, the same line length will be there. The front view just remains as a surface inclination. Are you able to get it? So I'll use the front view, what I get as the front view, to the next position at 45 degree and solve the problem and get the apparent shape. So the very first step is take convenient position and draw the XY line, so that you will get 4 boxes here. 4 boxes means 1, 2, 3, 4. I can represent here and draw the XY line at a convenient position, so that you will represent a better on the printed line. Just draw a XY line and extend it further, because of my camera position is somewhere else and I am sitting somewhere else. So XY, and very important, VP HP, because everything that we are drawing will be in first quadrant only. So for the first time, what I'm doing here is I cannot draw the apparent shape. What I'll do, as a square is given, I'll reduce this angle. See, 45 degree, I'm going to reduce and make it parallel to horizontal plane and draw the true shape here. On horizontal plane, I am drawing the true shape for 40 mm, 4 boxes. 1, 2, 4 boxes. I have drawn a square, 40 mm, keeping this edge. Very important, as it is resting on one of its side or edge, I'll name this edge AB. I'll name this edge AB. This is the very first condition. Whenever any lamina is resting, make sure if it is resting on an edge, means on the left hand side you will get a edge. Parallelly, you are also supposed to draw it in an unruled book or wherever it is. 4 boxes. 4 boxes. 4 boxes. I have drawn this front view. As this is AB, this cannot be C. So name it properly. I am naming C and D. Don't draw on the printed lines. Don't mention the annotations on the printed lines, because you need to take the projections towards other place and draw it. I'll draw thin lines here. Don't apply pressure in the, if you are using the same pencil, or use a very good pencil, pencil like thing, and mention 40 exactly at the center, and I'm going to dimension. Arrow mark to be proper. ABCD, the top view, where I am assuming the object to be on horizontal plane. I have done it. Now I have to see this from front and represent its front view. So what will be the front view here? I'm making the lamina to rest on horizontal plane. So my front view will be on XY line. Got it? So from A, I am drawing a projector. From A, I am drawing a projector. From B, I am drawing a projector. Again, from C, I am drawing a projector. Again, from D, I am drawing a projector. So where it meets XY line is here. The front view is just seen as a line, this line. This line represents the front view. I'll name it as, how to name this? Can anybody help me to name this front view on the left hand side? Tejas.
A dash D dash.
Here. See, this is the front view line. This is the line which represents the front view. The whole surface of the lamina is represented like this. How to name this end, left hand end?
A bracket B. B bracket is.
First I am seeing B. See, I am keeping it like this. For your understanding, I am keeping it like this. Okay. I am seeing first A and then B, and then representing it on the vertical plane. Sorry, A is here and B Okay, imagine like this. This is A and B. First I am seeing B and then A is seen. So first I am seeing B and then A, so that I can represent the name. So B of A will be written B of A, and A as it is in vertical plane, I am representing B dash of A dash. Similarly, first I am seeing C and then D.
D.
So D dash will be inside the brackets. If you are mentioning 40 mm here, don't mention 40 mm here. Only the object must be dimensioned. Able to get it?
Yes, sir.
Next. What is the next condition? Is this the final answer?
No, sir.
This is not the final answer. This is my first assumption step based on the edge as well as based on the edge condition. And second, what they are given such that the surface of the lamina makes 45 degree to HP. We just saw in the previous slide and everything that if you incline this line that 10 degree, 20 degree, see just front view, I am shifting it in such a way that I am keeping this edge B dash of A dash constant. I am keeping this B dash of A dash constant and giving it some inclination. That means this whole front view, I am rotating it here at 45 degree. Are you able to get it? As it overlaps here, I'll shift this front view length to the new position so that I'll represent a 45 degree line. See, I'll represent somewhere here at some distance, leave 2 boxes gap. I'll start from this box, this printed line, after 2 box. So here I'll draw a 45 degree line. I'm going to draw a 45 degree line and measure this distance front view. What is the distance of this front view? Can anybody tell me? What is this? How much does this front
40
view measure?
mm.
40.
40 mm.
Cut this 40 using compass. You can use compass 40 mm and 40 mm directly here. So I'll take 40 and mark 40, or directly if you are doing it in scale, directly you take scale and mention this new front view of keeping the edge B dash of A dash on HP and C dash of D dash, which is whole surface inclined at an angle of 45 degree. I'll erase this extra line. Are you able to understand what I have done now?
Yes, sir.
I have shifted this front view to the new position. Same length 40 mm, I am shifting it to the new position. Why? If you shift this line, that line represents it is surface. This whole surface is included in this line. To HP, I have made it. And second thing is resting on HP on one of its edges. See, on HP, you need to get 2 names. Resting on a side means you need to get 2 names, that is AB. That is AB, or this edge AB is what it is resting on XY line. That means it is lying on the floor. That edge is lying on the floor. Now, very simple. From A, I'll draw a projector downwards. See here, very important. Carefully see here. From A, I'll draw a projector downwards. Similarly, from B, one projector. Similarly, from C, see here, keep equidistant from the printed lines. From C, I'm going to draw a projector downwards. Again, from D also, I'm going to draw a projector downwards, which is both the same. I'll just write the arrow mark here, just between the first line and second line, so that you will understand the process. Are you able to get it?
Yes, sir.
Very, very important. See here, from A, from A, I'll draw a projector. From A, remember lines, projections of lines, similar kind. A, I'll draw a projector till it meets A dash projector. Where is A and A dash meeting? Is it at this position?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is my new A. Similarly, B, from B I'll draw a line. See, from B and B dash. B and B dash are meeting here. B projector and B dash projector are meeting here. So this is my new B. Similarly, C. From C, I am drawing a projector till it meets C dash projector. So this is C. And similarly, D and D dash are meeting here. And join now the apparent shape A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to A. See the drawing, erase all the thick lines, use only thin lines and draw the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 views must be dark. I have drawn an arrow mark here. Very simple. I'll repeat again here to how I got this apparent shape. From A, I am drawing a projector where it meets A dash projector. See, from A, I am drawing a projector where it meets A dash projector. It is meeting here. Similarly, B and B dash is meeting here. Similarly, C and C dash is meeting here. D and D dash is meeting here. Identify the location and join. So this is the apparent shape of the square lamina. This is the apparent shape of the square lamina when it is inclined, when the surface of the lamina is inclined at 45 degree to horizontal plane. See, horizontal plane 45 degree, and the views are identified. Here, the first assumption is very, very important. Where you need to take an edge here, because here edge must be there on HP. Resting on HP means very, very important. Resting on HP. This is what you are supposed to read properly in examination, in solids also and in planes also. Resting on HP on one of its sides or corner, edges or corner. According to that, your initial position will lie. If you go wrong here, complete marks is nil.